Nitin Gadkari ji, may I request you to please launch the website? Thank you. Sir, I would like to mention here that the Ficci CMSME body, whose representatives you just saw on the screen, it's an allied body which acts like the MSME arm of Ficci. We've planned the online toolkit with an intent to provide all relevant information so that MSMEs can be informed about government schemes and policies. It will also act as a knowledge center which will give handy information and guidance for a complete business cycle angle. We've also planned learning sessions under this. This was part of your initiative or guidance to us, and I'm happy we've been able to respond. I also want to acknowledge the Presidium of CMSME, Mr. Narayanan, Mr. Girish Luthra, and Harjinder Kaur for their effort in putting this together, and the company Vision of Harjinder, who actually did the work in a short period of time. Thank you, Honorable Minister Gadkari ji, for launching this toolkit. This is just a beginning of our further multiple initiatives in strengthening MSME, as we are aware of their important role in building an Atmanirbhar Bharat. We welcome you to this session and are extremely grateful for your presence. Shri Nitin Gadkari ji, for your address, please, sir.
Sangeeta Reddy, all respectable dignitaries, and dear friends. First of all, I'm giving my special thanks to all of you, particularly the way in which for MSME you have taken initiative, and particularly the way in which in a modern concept you are presenting this tool to the MSME, which is very beneficial, and I am really glad, and I am giving my thanks to all of you. In Indian economy, MSME is the backbone of Indian economy. We contribute 30% of the GDP growth in the country. 48% of the export is from MSME, and up till now we have created 11 crore jobs. So, government point of view, even nation point of view, our most important challenge is unemployment, and because of unemployment we are facing the problem of poverty. And eradication of the poverty is the most important mission for the government. And if we want to eradicate the poverty, we need to develop employment potential in the country. I know that many of you are wealth creator and employment creator. And the employment creator is the most important as compared with the wealth creator is very important. But employment creator is more important than the wealth creator, because the country is facing the problem of this poverty, and this is really a big challenge for the country. Now, as far as Indian situation, particularly our GDP is 14 to 16% from the agriculture sector. Our manufacturing sector is 22 to 24, 26%, and service sector from 52 to 56%. Now, for development of our country, to make India Atmanirbhar Bharat, we need to increase manufacturing sector up to 30%. And agriculture, at least we need to make it more than 25%. Agriculture and allied activities are very important. Now presently in our economy, our big problem is the contribution in GDP from agriculture, rural and tribal, particularly 115 aspirant district, is very negligible. And that is one of the reasons is our GDP is not exactly what we are expecting. So this is the time that we should have more concentration on agriculture, rural and tribal sector and 115 aspirant district. I am giving you an example and I will request to all of you that today the village industry turnover is 80,000 crore last year up to the end of the March. And now next 2 years, my priority and my target is to make it 5 lakh crore. So exactly I need your cooperation that what are the raw material available, what are the skilled manpower is available, how we can develop agro-processing industries, even biofuel industry, where there is a place for employment and market. So exactly we need to make 2 plans, one for urban India and one for rural India. Without developing rural India, we cannot get good record for which we are expecting for Atmanirbhar Bharat target. So my first request to all of you, to make Atmanirbhar India, the first important thing is the people, those who are socially, economically, educationally backward, where they are facing crucial economic problem, when there is a crisis for economic situation, also the crisis for actually they are facing poverty, and where we need to concentrate on Gav, Garib, Majdoor and Kisan. That is the highest priority for the government. And actually whatever the problem we are facing in the urban area, it is because of migration. In Calcutta, Mumbai, Chennai, Bangalore, Delhi, everywhere, the urban population is increased and because of that total imbalance is there. In all Delhi places, we are facing the problem of water pollution, air pollution, lot of things that there a congestion is there. And it is because of the thing that from last 30 years, 25 to 30% of the population is migrated from rural India to urban India. So exactly for Atmanirbhar Bharat, we need to plan in a 2 way. One is to rural India, another part is to urban India. My request to you about whatever the things which are already developed in micro, small industries and handloom handicrafts by Khadi Gramodyog. I am just giving an example. Like 2 days before, I checked a paint which is prepared by our scientist, which is from the cow, that gobar, and that they make the process and done it very nicely. And it is to be tested in the laboratory. It is proved to be as long as whatever the good paints available in the market. I give you example of Jaipur, where the plastic waste is added into the paper fiber and the handmade paper is prepared and the bags are tremendous demand are there. So there are a lot of things where we can create market. I always talking about it many times about biofuel. 8 lakh crore our import for crude oil. And today we have adding 10% ethanol in petrol. Our requirement is 450 crore liter. But still for that 10% ethanol, we need 1600 crore liter. There is a short supply. Now we are now in the process to add 10% in diesel. Again there will be requirement for 3000 crore liter. And already we have sanctioned the now flex engine, where in place of like USA, Canada and Brazil, you can use 100% petrol or 100% ethanol. So there will be a huge requirement. So we can make the biofuel economy of 2 lakh crore. Now we are allowing to make ethanol not only from sugarcane juice, molasses. Now we are BAB molasses. We are allowing making ethanol from corn, making ethanol from rice curd. Now the corn MSP is 1700 rupees per quintal and the market price is 1000 rupees per quintal. So if we can give permission, and already government has given the permission, you can make the plants in Bihar, UP, Haryana, Punjab, everywhere, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Maharashtra. We can convert corn into ethanol. It is import substitute, cost effective and pollution free. We don't have place for storing rice. We have a stock of 280 lakh ton of rice from last 3 years. We can supply rice to the whole world. So this is the time that we need to convert that rice into bioethanol, which is import substitute, cost effective and pollution free. Sangeeta ji, only we can develop the industry of 2 lakh crore in the rural area by making biofuel. I am now the member of Ficci Praj Industries Pune. They have already completed their research making bio-aviation fuel from ethanol. And Air Force has sanctioned that, and already 16 countries have cleared it, that we can use this fuel, bio-aviation fuel from ethanol in our aircrafts. So it is import substitute, cost effective, pollution free, and the economics is there. Here is a field, there is a chance. I remember 2 days before I have an interaction with the Ficci in one of the program, that electric car, electric bike, electric buses we are making. But it is up to you that you can make the research and study what are the parts which are manufactured in India and what are the parts which are imported. Now the magnet, there are a lot of things we are imported from the China. I am seeing, I am not a businessman or as a business expert, but I am seeing a huge potential for electric car, electric bike, electric school, auto rickshaw and even electric truck, electric buses. Now 2 days before I have interaction with the MD of Mercedes-Benz. He was telling me they are planning to launch electric truck. So there is a public transport system. We need that trolley buses, double-decker buses on electricity, point to point. Huge potential is available. But the people, expert people like you, if you can work with the automobile industry, particularly those who are working for electric vehicles, that what are you are importing and what are you are making. If lithium-ion battery, the magnet and other thing, whatever the thing which we are importing, we should have to find out the Swadeshi alternative in the country without compromise with the quality and the cost. That is exactly the main mission of Atmanirbhar Bharat. So hundreds of fields and sectors are there where you can find out this requirement. And there you have to inspire and motivate to the people in the direction that we need to reduce our import and increase our export. And exactly by this way we can make our economy strong. We can increase our growth rate and we can even increase manufacturing sector from 22 to 30%. And here we need to upgradation of the technology. Whatever the new innovation, research and technology available with the Indian IITs, engineering colleges, our research institution, we can use it. Actually, when I discuss with the research making by the Defense Ministry, I request them, why you are taking all this research into safe deposit vault? Take it to the people, give it to the people. This is the time that we should popularize our research to the common man, where the common people can take the advantage of it and by which they can develop the many things. So knowledge is the power. Innovation, entrepreneurship, science, technology, research, skill and successful practices, we name it as a knowledge, and as conversion of knowledge into wealth is the future. My suggestion to all of you that you divide all this mission into different parts and first find out who are the main stakeholders. For automobile sector, first of all, just make the research and study what are the things they are importing. Then find out how we can make available all these things manufactured in India, that is made in India and make in India. Then find out what are the problems they are facing because of government policies. Let us put up all this problem to us. Whatever the problem they are related with the technology, if there is a research in India, they can use it. If it is not there, they can make the upgradation by making joint venture with the technology which is available in the global world. So they can make it. The people are ready to invest in India. The other important thing is the liquidity is a big problem. I know that we are some problem that the Reserve Bank have got 9 lakh crore deposited by the banks getting 2% interest. We are trying. Prime Minister is telling to them they use it for the people. Finance it to the people. Now by a whole way the financial institution, we need liquidity in the market. Without liquidity we cannot increase the growth rate. And without growth rate we cannot get capital investment and we cannot increase the employment potential. And without employment potential, we cannot eradicate poverty. And without that, we cannot make Atmanirbhar Bharat. So exactly my request is, in the different fields where we need to operate in a way, first of all you decide what is the responsibility of the government and different government departments where you are expecting change in policies. Suppose we have changed the definition of MSME now. We have taken a lot of decisions. We are open-minded. Any type of good suggestion from your side, we are ready to sit with you, we are ready to discuss with you, and our simple formula is convince me or convince by me. If you convince us, my secretary and myself, we will do it. So we are transparent, time-bound, result-oriented and corruption-free. Our commitment is for Atmanirbhar Bharat. Make Indian economy globally strong. And that is exactly, you are the wealth creator, you are the employment creator, and entrepreneurship is very important. Unfortunately, we have the Institute of Financial Management, Institute of Administration, Institute of Human Management, but we don't have Institute of Entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurship is more important than technology and resources. We have to develop entrepreneurship, and for that reason, we need to develop an appropriate leadership in the business circle by which they can be employment creator. And where my request is to create maximum employment potential into rural India. So on that line, somewhere we need to prepare a transparent, time-bound, result-oriented, appropriate a line, a vision by which we can inspire and motivate all the stakeholders in the direction of Atmanirbhar Bharat. I know that presently we are facing the problem of because of COVID-19. I know that the economy is also facing the problem. But we need positivity and self-confidence by which I am confident that 100% we are going to win this war against COVID-19 and economic war. Regarding the role of the Ficci and the institute like Ficci, I really appreciate your role. But one thing which I will request you that you should go into the details. Without that, we cannot get appropriate policy, sector to sector. What are the things which are already country is importing where you have to find out the way out? I am giving you the example of agarbatti sticks. We have taken decision. We have charged more duty on the agarbatti imported from abroad. Now today the agarbatti industry is developed. Now they are problem, they don't have that bamboo. So we are developing that type of bamboo in the area. So my suggestion is, in that line, we are firstly all committed as a stakeholder for Atmanirbhar Bharat. The inspiration and motivation which is already there given by the Prime Minister, and I feel that the government is with you. We are open-minded. We are ready to compromise for anything. If anything wrong from our side, we will change the policies. We are ready to cooperate you. If the support of the Finance Ministry also, if you need some cooperation, we can request Nirmala ji also to change the policy. We can approach to the Prime Minister. And already because of COVID and economic situation, hundreds of decisions are taken by the Prime Minister and the Finance Minister, and we are implementing. We have taken a lot of decisions related with the agriculture, fishing, food processing industries. We are taking for small scale industries. We changed the definition. We have sanctioned the loans, 3 lakh crores for that. 1,80,000 crores already disbursement is going on. So we are now making the MSME, those who are having a good track record, particularly from the bank, income tax and bank turnover. We are make their rating, and we have 20,000 crore with us, fund of fund. And we will take 15% equity in that industry. They will go to the capital market and they will raise the fund. They don't need to take the fund from anybody in financial institution. So already there are a lot of capable MSMEs. Their profits are good. Their financial records are good. Their GST records are good. Bank records are good. So this type of good industry, MSME, where we are ready to support them as a 15%, whatever the equity they are going to raise, 15% will be given by the government. And my idea is, again that 15% after 3 years, we will sell that, again add it to other. And by the way, we can make it this equity fund of 1 lakh crore. I am giving an example. In NHI, my total income was 24,000 crore last year. Even in big COVID also, because of fast track and other thing, at the end of March, it will be 34,000 crore. Within 5 years, we are going to make it 1 lakh crore. And 1 lakh crore when income will be there, then you understand 1 lakh crore presently my budget. At that time, after 3-4 years, it will 1,40,000 from the government and 1 lakh from my income. 2,50,000 crore with us every year, and because of that I can raise the fund and I can make the roads of more than 15 lakh crore. I can create jobs. I can create even equipment manufacturing industries. Now they increase their productivity by double. Now the steel, cement. One thing which I will request you. Now the steel rates are increased in last 6 months by 55%. I never understand what is the power rise, what is the raw material rise. Somewhere you have to make a policy that we are supporting the industry, but they are taking the advantage of the situation. This is not correct. I decided to make all concrete road, and 40% of cement has consumed by my department. But the cement industry, they actually, I want to encourage them. But they're taking the advantage of the situation, making the cartel and increase the rate. So I am now allowing that go for bitumen, no problem. So somewhere I need cooperation from your side. You earn profit, no problem. Every businessman has a fundamental right to earn the profit. You are not a charitable organization. I am not expecting from that. But we should have some policy, some reasonability by which we can go ahead, even we can increase our business. So that is the reason that in Atmanirbhar Bharat, by considering the problems of all stakeholders, the way in which you are planning for that, you can divide it into 20 parts, 30 parts, 40 parts. Then you can make a study of our imports. Then you can make the study that how we can increase our exports. We want to reduce the logistic cost, labor cost and power cost. For that reason, we want to help you. We are now making waterways. We are making infrastructure of what international standard. 111 lakh crore in 5 years we are planning to spend on infrastructure. And actually in the road construction we are making 22 green express highway. We can take from Mumbai to Delhi within 12 hours by car and 18 hours by truck. So your business cost will be reduced. We are now planning to use LNG as a fuel for long term, CNG for short term. We are using biofuel, ethanol. Then we are now, I am also going to launch a tractor on 100% bio-CNG and making bio-CNG from biomass. How to create more employment potential, how to resolve the problem of pollution, where the parali is a waste material creating pollution in Delhi. We are now planning to use parali for making bio-CNG. So different type of research, innovations are there, and knowledge is the power. And by divide this policy into the different parts, we can make a plan, a agenda, a action plan, and by which you fix the role. What is the role of ministry, different ministry? What is the role of industry? And in a way in which we will cooperate you. And I am confident that still some problems we are facing. But I am very much positive and optimistic. In due course of time, we will win this war and we will resolve the problem. And 100% a vision which is very important, where the inspiration and motivation is already given by the people like you. I really giving my thanks to Ficci for arranging this program, and from my ministry we will all cooperate you. Whatever the good suggestion from your side, we will 100% consider that, and we will rectify the policy, and we will be very friendly for you for the making this mission, complete this mission of Atmanirbhar Bharat, which is really a dream of our Prime Minister. We will 100% fulfill that, and we will try for that. Thank you very much. Namaskar.
Always a powerhouse of ideas, energy, and the implementation capacity. May I now request our senior past president, Mr. Arshpati Singhania, to give a formal vote of thanks. But once again, on Ficci commit, sir, we're working in all these areas. On the electric vehicle, we'll present you a report. One of our own members has completely re-engineered to create a Atmanirbhar electric vehicle. On biogas, we will give you a paper shortly. So the Ficci team is completely committed to your ideology. Thank you so much for your presence. Over to you, Harshpati Singhania ji.
Thank you, Sangeeta. नमस्कार गडकरी जी, थैंक यू और बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपके ट्रूली इंस्पायरिंग एड्रेस का। हमारी फिक्की की इस एजीएम की थीम है इंस्पायर्ड इंडिया। आई थिंक एवरीबडी विल एग्री विद मी हियर दैट our have really inspired not only the MSME sector, but all business people. So thank you very much for. Sir, you talked about Atmanirbhar Bharat, and I am very happy to tell you that this morning, the very example that you took about this ethanol and biofuel, the Honorable Prime Minister also in his opening remarks talked of this very point. So obviously there is a huge opportunity. This is just an example of the huge opportunity that exists before us. You've also touched on the agro processing industries and the fact that we need to look at rural and agricultural areas in a new light and link them with the entire urban chain. So, sir, I think that is, you have put out very logically, point by point, how we can grow our economy to a $5 trillion economy by linking the various areas. And sir, from Ficci, we deeply appreciate particularly your repeated remarks today about saying that we are open to change. And if there are issues, please come and talk to us. And therefore, we want to thank you very much for this. And I like your philosophy that either we convince you or you convince us. So thank you once again, sir, for coming to Ficci on behalf of all our members and particularly our MSME participants. We look forward to working with you very closely and building our nation to realize what it can. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद गडकरी जी and namaskar. Namaskar. Friends, from here, I'd like to move on immediately as we have constraints to our next.
हम लोग हमारी सब्जी आती है पहले बाजार में ले जाते थे